7:30, Tree Country 1330. Good morning, Mayor Marsh.
Good morning, Emily, and good morning, everyone in WTRE country.
It's a beautiful morning out, isn't it?
It's a fantastic Thursday. It's going to be a fantastic Thursday because we need it to be.
You don't even have a chance of rain today.
Thank you.
I don't know what you did right. Randy Ollis.
We just living right, I don't know, but way better. We can deal with the heat. We can deal with it being hot. It's just very hard to have an outdoor event when it's raining.
You got your day. Here it is.
That's right.
So tonight is
National Night Out.
That's right. We've been talking about it. Getting amped up.
We've definitely been harping on this planning and the event. But here it comes. We're just in about 12 hours. We will all be waiting on the 8 o'clock hour to come so that we can be done and wrap it up, pack it up, and we'll see you next year. Of course, we've got one more, community cookout later this year, but this is definitely the big one, and it's within striking range. The tent company is supposed to set the stuff up today. I'm much more of a fan of them doing it, the day before. They were like, "We'll be there by 1," and I'm like, "I need you to be done by 1." So fingers crossed that shows up. If that shows up, everything else is under control.
They know what they're doing.
That's right. Our team's been doing a lot of, I don't know that folks realize, there's a lot of interagency work that happens behind the scenes to help put this together. And we have 30 booths that are coming, which is the largest number that we've ever had of kind of community service organizations. And it's going to be great.
It starts at 5 o'clock.
Starts at 5. This is always dangerous, but because we will start at 5. There will be no food served before 5. 4:30, and then between 4:30 and 5 o'clock is when both helicopters are supposed to land. Of course, we depend on Lifeline being available, and we hope they are. That way they're not in use. But they'll land, and then we are also, the state police helicopter is coming down, which is great. It's very different than the medical helicopters. It's a lot smaller. You can take a look at it, talk to the pilots with the state police. Last year, they were great guys to kind of tell you about it, what they do, and how they use the helicopter in their line of work. So those will land between 4:30 and 5. And then at 6:30, Lifeline departs, and then the state police helicopter should be there through the end of the event. So they're really fun to watch land and take off.
They are. I love when they take off. It's like this force that, you feel that energy, I guess, that just...
They're pretty, they're impressive machines. And of course, the medical helicopters are really big. They're really heavy. And so they create a lot of downwash, and we have to kind of put them out. We're going to move them to the north end of the field this year. You'll notice that we've shifted everything a little further south down towards 4th Street so that it's a little more connected to the fire trucks and apparatus that gets parked on 4th Street.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so we're shifting it around a little bit, but it's all out there. Come out. Parking is available, obviously, throughout the neighborhood and area, but Fleetwood Chevy and Cova Fertilizer and Buy-Right Auto have graciously provided, and Tops Home Center have all graciously provided access to their areas. So if you'd like to park in one of those and walk over, those are really good options.
All right. Fire department's cooking.
They are. So it's pork chops, mac and cheese, and green beans. That's the main.
What a good meal.
Yeah, it should be good. And then the prosecutor's office is partnering with us again. They're sponsoring the snow cones that Sefton are doing. So
very nice. It'll be a fun evening.
It will be, and it's going to be, we were talking about the weather, it's going to be great. The park looks great. The Parks Department's done a fantastic job. We've got a ton of people that help us out. We call them sponsors, but it's really not a monetary component, right? Like O'Mara Foods allow us to use their refrigerator truck to keep all the stuff in. Dave Rickey lets us use his grill. There's a lot of good partners out there that help bring this event together. We provide it free of charge, and the city of Greensburg is the main contributor to keep it moving. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's all free, which is great. We want people to come out, bring their kids. You don't have to live in the city to participate. We encourage anybody and everybody to come out. There will be countywide agencies, obviously state police, but we have some other state agencies that usually join us. ATF. A couple years ago, we had the postal inspector. So it's a lot of fun, and you always learn something.
mock crash will be this evening as well.
That's right. That's at 6:40. And so it's a little bit different. In the past, we've done like 4 kind of standalone, like an auto extrication and a dog bite and something else. So this year, we're going to kind of roll it all into one. We're going to do about a 20, 25, 30 minute, which probably means 30 minute, because boy, when the teams get working, they really like to show what they're doing. So that'll be 6:40. Strategically timed after the Lifeline helicopter departure, just for noise and one thing at a time kind of piece. But it will be 30 minutes, one demonstration. It will be set up. We have some actors that are coming in for what will be I think they're going to do a felony DUI crash, which means someone dies. And so they'll show you how they go through the investigation. I won't spoil it, but I think there's a dog bite involved, and then how we extricate someone out of the car. EMS is a partner in that demonstration as well. So that'll take about 25, 30 minutes. 6:40, there's only one demonstration, so if you want to see that, you need to be there about then. Of course, there's food before and after, and then Big Dog Sound, which is Jeremy Stallsmith, which I know does a lot of work with you guys as well.
He does, yeah.
He, again, one of those partners that helps us out. He's going to do all the sound and DJ for us for the event. So that's the lowdown.
It's a good time. I love the mock crashes, though. It's intriguing if you've never, unfortunately, I hope people haven't had to be in that situation, but to watch police, fire, EMS all work together, and they all know what they're doing, but they all simultaneously perform. It's amazing to me.
It is really amazing. And, we have not done one of these at the schools. Typically, they're around prom season, distracted, drunk driving kind of thing. And we did one earlier this year as a part of our community outreach series. And it was really fun. I mean, it was a full-on production. They had drama students. They had some parents from Tree City that participate in the Tree County Players. And the inner workings, and then we actually also had Lifeline come in and land, and then load patient and take off during that demonstration as a part of it. So it was
big.
It was big. They actually had a response. So the students came out in the parking lot. The crash had happened, and then emergency vehicles responded. So we actually got to see the police and fire trucks come in, lights and sirens in, start the process, go through it. Then the helicopter landed. In our instance tonight, they're going to leave by ambulance, but it's still really impactful, and it's fascinating to watch, and it's really harrowing in that we're watching it happen. We know everyone's safe, but imagine you're the people that are responding, loved ones, etc., are involved in something like that.
It'll be a very good evening, and again, good weather, good food. Fire department's cooking. Nate was ready. He had it planned. He was ready to go last time he was in.
They are ready to go, and I give Nate Chief Sturmer a lot of credit. He's hanging out with us tonight, and then he is on a flight first thing in the morning to teach a class out in New York, I think, for firefighter safety and education. So many kudos to him for sticking with us tonight and boarding a plane very, very early in the morning.
Yes. Well, you did have a couple meetings this week as well.
We did. The city council, we'll go backwards a little bit. The city council meeting was pretty uneventful. Nothing terribly exciting there. We talked a little bit more about the apparatus order that happened at the Board of Works last month for the fire department. The Rosenbauer rescue truck has been ordered. We're expecting that in 2027. The company has a goal to beat our other fire truck here. I think that's just something where fire truck companies are competing with each other for bragging rights that they can order a truck 2 years later and get one from them. So that's kind of interesting. They were out in Missouri earlier this week, I believe, or Iowa, and doing the pre-build meeting on that with the chief and our committee. So that process has started and is well underway.
Do we have an estimate on the other fire truck?
Late 2027.
Okay. Just wondered.
Yeah.
Just wondered if there was an update there.
That's where we're at. Unfortunately, I've actually talked to our member of Congress about that. There's been some issues, or there's been some work at the congressional level. Senator Jim Banks and Elizabeth Warren actually teamed up, which is an unlikely duo, to talk about fire apparatus ordering and delays. It's not something that's unique to us. It's happening all across the country. Whether you're Chicago, Carmel, or Greensburg, it doesn't matter. There was an article in the Indianapolis Business Journal a few weeks ago about these communities that are ordering 4 or 5 at a time because that's their replacement rate. They have so many vehicles. They have so many fire engines that they order. And, when they're running 5 years out and no guarantees, they're like, this isn't even realistic. And then there are also things that happen where fire trucks get in wrecks too, or they get hit on the interstate, or they, fall off a bridge or something terrible. How do you, all of a sudden now you don't have an engine for 5 years? That's a problem. And the congressional level's touting it as a national security issue, because I think everything in Congress is a national security issue, which then gives them a lot of power to investigate and move the needle. So we'll see, but I don't think that's going to help us in our case.
Okay, we'll wait for late 2070 to get here.
That's exactly right.
Anything else in City Council?
I don't think so.
Okay. It was a quieter meeting, right?
It was.
All right. You also had Board of Works?
We did, so that was actually first. That one was a little more extensive. There was quite a bit that went on. Of course, a couple of the fun things, the road closures, if you will, they're really more like rolling closures for the Caleb Brown Memorial 5K, which is the 5K that happens the Saturday morning of the Fall Festival, 8 a.m. downtown. We did approve that for use of the streets, if you will. And then if you still want to sign up, they still have that opportunity. It starts at 8. They also have a fun run, which is just downtown for anybody and everybody, but really for small kids. The theme this year is superheroes, which I think is a really cool theme, so you can participate in that. And that's a little bit before the parade on Saturday of the Fall Festival, which is going to consume the whole day.
It will, yes. Start to finish.
That's right. It's a big one. So we, of course, we do... the 5K gets started. There's always the prayer walk group that's put together by the recovery community, so we always attend that and talk with them a little bit as they start their walk. Then there's the Kiwanis pancake breakfast.
Yes, at the church.
At the church. Then there's the parade. Then it's noon, and now there's some stuff in the afternoon downtown that's being added as well, which is great.
Yeah, we've got cheer competition that happens, and there's something mid-afternoon. I can't remember that.
Yeah, I don't have the schedule.
I don't either. But it's a packed day from morning till evening.
And then of course all the stuff kicks off in the evening and music, and it'll be busy. It'll be packed.
Yeah, one night is an Alabama tribute band, and the next night is John Mellencamp. So great music.
I think that, and of course, they spend a lot of time getting the music lined up, so it should be good. They kind of do sort of country and kind of rock and anything in between. So
and mix it up.
That's right. It'll be a lot of fun. So that's Saturday morning. And then Todd Smith from the Bethel Apostolic Church came and asked, they're having a Friends Day on the 31st of this month. They're going to close West Street over between by their church at Hendricks there to access their property that they own on the other side of the street. So we did approve that as well. And that's going to be 11 to 5. There will be posted closures over there as well. But just, West Street is sort of one of those intermediate arteries where sort of heavily used, but Sunday is not that big of a travel day in that area. So keep that in mind as we get closer as well. Chief McNeely brought forth to the board, he's been working with this with Kristen, which is, I think, a phenomenal plan. We're going to host a regional first responders training, which is related to how to work with, respond to, react to the media as first responders, as obviously the city of Greensburg has a great relationship with our media partners, which is something we're very proud of and are glad to have them as partners. But that's not necessarily the case everywhere. And then sometimes there are places that have maybe even hostile relations. But on a much larger scale, we don't have to be in big cities. We don't have to be on the coast. We don't have to be some type of core to have a natural disaster, to have a man-made disaster, to have a tragedy. And how do we, as smaller communities that maybe have never seen the Fox News van roll up, but all of a sudden when you get hit by a massive tornado or have a mass shooting or some type of real tragedy that does make national news, how is the police chief, how is, a lieutenant for the fire department or the person on the scene, a sheriff, right? How do you react, respond, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, what do you need to be providing, what don't you need to be providing, what should you say, what should you not say, kind of thing, in a way that maybe these individuals that hold these roles have never been exposed to before. So we are going to work with Brilliant Marketing, which Jeremy Brilliant and Jennifer Brilliant were Indianapolis-based professional TV news reporters and broadcasters for years. I actually had the opportunity. I worked for Jeremy when I worked at the Attorney General's office. He was the communications director there. Really, really sharp guy, and Jennifer is incredibly talented and sharp in her own careers as well. They actually did a sort of mini version of this for mayors at the Mayor's Conference in Elkhart a couple weeks ago. So we're excited to bring that to our region. We're obviously going to send some folks, but we're also opening it up with a small registration fee to other first responders in our region and area. So I think we will definitely see some probably sheriffs and police chiefs and fire chiefs from other parts of southeastern Indiana attend. So that's a really cool learning opportunity that's very unique. They do a lot of training on responding to the emergency and being prepared for that. But then how do we represent the communities that we're tasked with protecting and serving in a way that doesn't cause other harm and also provides transparency and information out to our partners in the media.
That's a great resource. I think that'll be very educational, and it's a hard, because in those moments it's intense and everybody wants information. So it's very hard to be able to get your thoughts together and convey that appropriately.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you see a lot of the really bad examples of that because those are the ones that, for lack of better terms, go viral. But there's a lot of people that do really good, and there's a lot of room for everybody can always be improving. And the pressures and the stress of, for lack of better terms, having a camera shoved in your face and said, tell us why you failed at your job to do this, and that's a tough spot to be in, and a lot of times, there's a ton of misinformation, especially in the world of social media, that becomes available instantaneously. And we've even seen that locally where we've had, high profile accidents or tragedies that the misinformation is rampant. There is a duty, from officials to provide accurate information, timely, but that doesn't necessarily mean immediately. And then I believe there's a duty from media and reporters and professional reporters to provide accurate information timely. But we all live in the world of immediate, right? And everybody's got a camera, everybody's got a recorder, everybody has an opinion about something that they can throw out on the internet that we can blow up into the fact when it's not the fact within 90 seconds. And that makes everybody who works in the media's job harder, makes everybody who's in the first responders' job harder, and it can make the community's response harder. And are you outraged about something that's completely factually inaccurate? You just don't know that it's completely factually inaccurate. So I'm always a big fan of, if you see something, please go check with our partners, WTRE or any of our other partners that are, waiting on real sources, real information, and before we jump off the boat.
When is that set date yet for that?
Yeah, it's
program?
on September 23rd. But it is going to be for first responders. So it'll be a private event, but it is open if you're a first responder listening or someone who would serve. Volunteer fire, right? Think about that. Volunteer fire chiefs or those small town police agencies. Everybody can be impacted by this, right? A massive problem can happen in Westport, and so all of a sudden the police chief of Westport and the volunteer fire chief are the point people. So that it still applies.
Great. That's a great program.
It is. So we're very excited about it. All
right. You did some purchasing of some equipment?
We did do that as well. So just some things that are necessary and needed. And we did purchase 5 new sets of turnout gear. That's a part of our normal rotation for firefighters of keeping their gear updated as we go. So we do 5 sets of that. They run about $4,000 to $5,000 a piece. So we purchased that for the year. And we purchased a part of a tractor that we're splitting with the water board that's going to be shared between street department and water and wastewater. It allows them to do some more yard work and utility work. It has a small loader bucket on it. It'll run the tiller that we have. We're purchasing a sprayer to help take care of our properties, etc. So that's sort of boring. The other big purchase, if you will, from the street department is it's exciting, but hey, you got to have the tools. Purchased a new dump truck that was in the budget, which again, we've talked about this before. The increase in cost over the last 4 years has been just astronomical. So $165,000 for a new dump truck is a little hard to believe. We could have probably bought one for $90,000 5 years ago, and so that's a part of the battle of keeping the equipment. It's expensive to run these agencies and departments, but you got to have them, and we, I don't know.
It's what it is.
You got to have them.
Yeah.
Part of the tools.
They've got to be able to do their job.
Yeah,
so.
we got to push snow. Everybody wants us to get snow out of the way. So
we could just not have any snow this year.
That's fine too. I didn't see that cloud seeding in the budget, so we'll probably get some snow.
We'll push the snow.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
Anything else coming from the Board of Works?
One other big thing, because I just like to sometimes point this out. We talk all the time about what's going on, but it's really the behind the scenes stuff. So we $150,000 for a grit classifier. Had no idea what that was until it broke. They said, "Hey, this broke." Okay, what does it do? It's literally like the first process in our wastewater treatment facility. It removes sand and gravel and debris from the incoming sewer, and those kinds of things just get ate up and destroyed and wear out. So 2008 is the last time we did this. So we were purchasing, we have 2 of them. They run 24/7, 365 days a year. And we have 2. We're down to 1 because one actually fell apart, if you will. The worst part about these pieces of equipment is that they are constantly full of sludge and sewer water, and it eats away from the inside. So the only way you know that it has a problem is it comes through the outside, and at that point, it's too late.
It's over.
And they don't empty. You can't empty them. So it's a bit of a weird process, as everything is in the sewer world. It's special equipment, specially designed, has a very special purpose, and it never shuts off. It runs all the time, which is pretty common down there. So just, when we talk about capital planning, long-term infrastructure, rates, and we talk about, maybe rate increases, and it's $3 a month, or 50 cents a month or $1. We treat a lot of sewer water, but when we have one piece of equipment go down like this, it's $150,000 to replace it. So it's very expensive to run the utilities. They are large businesses, but our teams do a really good job of maintaining and working on with what we have inside what we have. So just kind of pointing that out that, it's not when we're talking about our utilities, they're big beast to keep running, and we have very acceptable and middle of the road rates, and I think our teams should be commended for the work that they do. And I think we'll probably have an announcement on that in the next month or so. I think one of our utilities is going to win an award for their efficiency, but
nice.
I'll wait to promote that after the fact.
Okay, we have to wait.
Little
teaser right
That's
there.
Right.
But this is a necessary piece of equipment. This is not like it's something that cannot happen.
No,
so.
If we don't have this, the problem is, we have to have it because it actually separates out all the debris before it goes into the plant. So if you think about that, think about if you have a sump pump, right? Like imagine running millions of gallons of water a day through a sump pump that just grinds up gravel, and it's not going to last. So the rest of the plant is protected by this first line of defense where we separate out sand, grit, gravel, pretty much anything that's not a solid, a rock, trash, pieces of steel. You would be amazed at what comes through the sewer system.
That's crazy.
It is really crazy.
Well, we need that piece, so it's on its way.
That's right. It's headed this way.
All right. Updates throughout the city, construction and all of that business?
Yeah, the next couple weeks in downtown are going to get a little sporadic. So everybody just get ready because the end is near. And there's a lot of large-scale work to do with the surface, right? So starting probably late next week, you're going to start seeing these no parking signs just popping up. You're going to see massive whole block closures. You're going to see full depth patching happening, which is where they're going to go in, tear all the gravel out, put the pavement in, where they put the where they put the storm sewers, where they put drains, where they put lines, where they've done anything to cut the street. So all that gravel component is about to go away. Fantastic. I'm more ready for it than anybody. But that requires, as you imagine, whole runs of areas to be closed so that the paving machine can come in, do the paving, et cetera, et cetera. Then we will probably see a small lag where we're going to start doing some milling work, and new surface will go down, obviously, before the Fall Festival. But the next couple weeks are going to get frustrating, maybe the most honest way to say it.
Just hang on tight.
Just hang on. Here we go. And then when John Mellencamp is singing,
it's done.
It's done. It's all going to be done. And our team has really been working very diligently on this. We are right on schedule, which is fantastic. The Board of Works actually approved some changes on Tuesday as well. That's going to help us improve the west side of the square as well. We're going to do some paver restoration work. The west side of the square is going to look brand new by the time we're done with this too. So I'm very, very excited for the downtown to really, really be refreshed, revived, and ready to go for the next decade. And I think that's something we should be very proud of. But the next 2 weeks, going to be a little crazy. But then we're done.
And we're done.
And
That's it.
And we're on to the next thing. But should be a lot of really good progression, positive work, and the paver crew is still moving east, and
it's going to be okay. 2 weeks.
2 weeks of just probably
Frustration.
pandemonium.
Okay.
And then and I'm just being real honest. Just everybody buckle up. But then we're going to be good to go.
All right. And Fall Festival's coming. We are a month. Yeah, we're right at a month, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness.
It'll be here before we know it.
That's right. It's happening. First Street, is it? What's it doing?
First Street is about half done. So there's a lot of work happening there that is related to, which you and I won't see with the naked eye, but with reshaping, changing some of the elevations of the pavement to work on getting the water more contained, getting it into storm drains, putting in some storm drains. So there's a lot of other work to help First Street that when we're done, you're going to say, oh, First Street is back to just being First Street. Yeah, it is, but there's been some really subtle but important changes. So that's why all the sidewalk curbs have been done as well. That's a pretty extensive CCMG project, Community Crossings Matching Grant project, in that we don't typically go and kind of go that extreme, but we needed to adjust the curb lines, we needed to adjust the street levels, driveway approaches, etc. So we are in week 3 of the 6-week project. They've got the concrete sidewalks, but more importantly, the curb line done on the north side. They're starting on the south side. They're doing from full depth the repairs, and they're in sort of that really rough section near like East Street and between East and Franklin. All of that is moving. Probably another 3 weeks. Same thing. It's not going to get paved probably right when they're done. They've got to come in. They've got some other concrete work to do throughout town. So we have this really big contract all over town that requires the mill and then the paver.
Okay.
So Kessing's been milled off for like a month, and I don't know why, but the mill must have been in town for some reason. And so they've got other milling to do, they've got other concrete work to do, and then they will bring the paving crew in one time, do it all, and then it will be done. It will be done this construction year, but the work on First Street is going to stall until the paving crew gets here.
Okay. It's progress, though.
But it will be open. It will be drivable.
Okay.
It's just going to be messy.
All right. Just not paved to that point.
That's right.
Okay. Any other updates throughout?
Before we go, no, but I do want to be sure that we give a shout out to Keaton Ashley, and Josh Taylor. They moved on to first class patrolmen. They were promoted up from probationary, so they've been with us for a full year, which we're glad to have them joining the team in that capacity. And then also Curtis Keppel is our current Indiana Law Enforcement Academy recruit, which means student, up there for us, and he has been elected the class president. And
Nice.
so graduation is next Saturday, and the class members select their president. It's really a big honor, and he is the first one ever to be from any Decatur County law enforcement agency.
Very cool.
So-
Congratulations to him.
Yeah, we're very proud of him, and we're looking forward to welcoming him back after graduation and getting him on the team and on the road. And it's a big deal. I usually try to attend the Law Enforcement Academy graduations with the chief and assistant chief, and I hear all the president's speeches when we go. Great, cool. Unfortunately, I can't go next week, and it's our guy, which is really, really frustrating. But he deserves all the credit, and I'm excited for him and glad to welcome him back.
Yeah, that's a very proudful moment for our county.
It is. It's a big deal.
Very
So.
good. All right. Well, again, National Night Out tonight starts
That's
at
right.
5 o'clock.
Yep. And now we are officially 12 hours away from it being over. So you're running out of time.
Time is ticking. Get out there.
Plan to come. We'll see you tonight, 5 o'clock, North Park, pork chops, dinner, everything's included. Come out, spend the time
It's
with...
all free.
Yeah. Come
Have a
out,
good
spend
time.
time with neighbors, friends. Bring the kids, the grandkids, the neighbors' kids. Ask your neighbors first. And we'll see you out at North Park tonight.
All right. Sounds good. We'll see you and I will see everyone else the rest of the weekend out
That's-
at the Power of the Past.
That's right. Tonight you have a special host for
I
Live at
do.
5.
Kathy Versman's stepping in tonight.
There you go.
She has secured the pie ladies to talk to.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's great. That means I don't have to eat pie tomorrow. So you're...
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. You never know,
That's
right?
right. It's like Live at 5 tonight here on the radio, and then you and I are back tomorrow and Saturday for all the fun that is happening out at the tractor field.
That's right. All right. We'll see you all. Tom Fleming will be stepping in here in just a couple minutes. It's 8:02 on Tree Country. News up next.